Hello guys, my name is Ansista. In this video I want to show you 10 setups on Overpass that you need to play. I feel like Overpass on A side, on CT side is just basically about setups. And yeah, let's start with the first one. So let's start with the Fnatic setup. Fnatic setup is the most common one. Rifler is going to this corner and holding banana, while Op is going on those chairs and holding mid. What it does is that if somebody's clearing angles, it's kind of hard for him to actually clear this left angle in toilets, right? So I feel like it's kind of unpredictable to be there, right? So obviously on the higher levels, players checking it, right? And there is like a small tip for you. If you will be in that scenario when you check left and you see player right there and you kill him, immediately spray to those chairs, because obviously nobody will play this angle just because nothing, because obviously they can see his gun barrel basically, so they'll probably run Fnatic setup on 90%. So basically you can kill him and instantly swing to the chairs and kill the Oper. If you have 2 kills, that's easy round for you. That's just a small tip for T. But let's go back to our setup. So one is rifle holding like this, and one Oper holding like this. Oper is really key because it depends on the rotations, but I would say like you kill one, and right now we have 2 options. First, you will smoke off and you will rotate. What it does is that toilets will not push through, and if they will not expect this guy to be on this left side basically. So this guy can just chilling, you know, just hold banana. Maybe he can resmoke. Or what can Oper do is that he will reposition to this sink right there, and he can hold from sink basically. And that's the same, like, you know, you will not clear this upper angle like this, right? So I feel like this is good to know. Second setup that I want to talk about is Anti-Fnatic setup. It's on the same concept basically. You give up in long. Rifler is holding like this. No, they can't see his gun barrel basically, only from that side, but I wouldn't say that is. Maybe they can't even see. I'm not sure though. You can check it out, but I feel like they can't. And what is Oper doing is that Oper is on Kenny's position. He can be also on James position. I'll just quickly show you. Oh, there is my Op. So basically, he can be on Kenny's position right there. You can just hold it. And if he gets the kill, there is like 2 options again. He can go first on James positions, which is this. Or what he can do is basically get a kill. Then he can just flash and he can regroup and hold toilets. While this M4 guy is peeking on his flash and holding banana. So basically I feel like that's really good combo what you can do. Next is Mouz setup. This is again really similar to Fnatic one, but a little bit more passive. Which means one is on James and holding long like this. And Oper is right there and holding cross. I wouldn't recommend to hold it like this. I would recommend to play more back and hold toilets. Why? Because if they peek you, they can't see your head, so they can't like insta tap you basically. So that's the thing, like you have advantage if you're standing right there. If you're standing right there, it's so easy for these to actually just swing you and kill you. And I feel like you can just give up the banana. What is good is that if you see somebody banana, you can just clearly say to your teammate, one is banana, you know. And you can just like, okay, one is banana, wait for me. You will go peek banana like this. And you swing with your teammate right there. So teammate wait and swing with you. And right now you have one on James and right now with Op. And if you're that guy that is holding with divider and seeing those 2 guys peeked, you're dead, right? Next setup is with rifles, okay? So this is Entropiq setup. What you want to do in Entropiq setup is that one is like a lot passive. One is just jump spotting mid and party like this. And one is just playing safe long. You can just clear a little bit those angles, right? After this guy tell the info that, let's say, one party, he will fall back to side. And this guy can just, you know, check a little bit to some corners. And then he will find some really good off-angle position to hold toilets like this. And this guy is immediately rotating and holding banana like this. I don't know if this angle is still OP, but should be. Okay, the next setup is long setup. It's basically really situational, but if you have some read, for some reason you can do this long setup. Basically, I never saw it in CS2 in pro matches, so there is no lineup basically, but you will just hide behind the stone and hold long till it's like this with M4. And with OP you can be on flowers. It was flowers before, but you can be on flowers basically to hold, but you're visible from that. So I would recommend to just hold, you know, from backward like this basically. And what is good is that even if you miss the shot, this guy is anti-flash, so he can like peek with you, and nobody, like this guy is swinging, you know, he's the upper. He will not expect this rifle to be close like this. That's why this setup is basically useful, because if somebody actually go long, which is not that often, you can surprise him pretty easily. So yeah, that's next setup calls VP setup, and this setup is one of the best from VP. Like literally VP is using at like 80% on A, so it's really good setup. So basically, Jame as an opener is holding on Jame position. That's the reason why it calls Jame. And it's just holding like this. And Rifler is just jump spotting with, let's say, util on toilets. And sometimes he can just check long, but not that often because he need to focus on toilets. What it actually gets is that this guy, Jame, has divider and has banana. And this guy has the full info on toilets, which means that they actually have this area right there, which is a lot, you know, a lot. And basically they can surprise somebody with it. So if this guy spots somebody, he can just call it, you know, he can maybe probably smoke toilets and maybe play a little bit closer over this wall. I'm not sure, but I feel like there is a lot of stuff that you can do with your mate. So if you trying to apply it to your playbook with your mate, you can try to do some creative scenarios what you will do after you spot some enemy, because I feel like there is million plays that you can do. Okay, I don't know if this setup will work in CS2. When CSGO it worked, so depends. You can a little bit edit it maybe. So basically Oper will smoke mid like this, and he will go on this bench and hold playground cross like this. So nobody can cross and nobody can prefer this guy. There's no way. Rifler is going on the bench. Maybe the Oper can throw a little bit higher smoke. And the Rifler is playing right there. The problem with that is that obviously there is HE. So probably the player can just like be ready for the HE. After the HE comes, the Rifler guy can just, you know, swing or something. But basically in CSGO you can't break the smoke, so that's the reason why it was good. And why it was that good is because if this guy gets the kill with you, this Rifler can activate not by pushing, but by going close. Because those guys know that somebody is mid and holding with you, but they will not focus on that guy that is slowly pushing mid basically. And he can get to some disposition, and this position is really good. He can do a lot of things by that. Some trigger discipline, and this Oprah can just force back or go long, find impact somewhere else. So yeah, I feel like it's worth for the risk. Okay, so we have 3 more setups that I want to show you, and they're all around side basically. One is really passive and 2 are about side. So Oprah is holding from the ice toilets, and Rifler is jiggling banana with smoke and long. If he sees somebody on banana, he will smoke close. What it does is that it activates the Oper, and he can easily kill the banana player that the Rifle saw. Or what he can do is basically progress through left side and get a good position, like let's say truck. So yeah, I feel like it's really good to play like this. And second setup is also around side, is that Oper will hold long. This is device angle, it's really good, because if somebody's jumping, you can easily see him, you know. Oh, okay, nobody saw that. You can easily see them, and he can't do anything with it. And even if you like searching forward, I wanna actually prefer this spot basically. I don't know if you will, but this spot is really good with OP, so you can just play long. And this guy, what he can do is that he can simply just jump over dice like display info, you know. Then maybe spot banana, he can call it and play more safe, or he can do some aggro stuff, like let's say he will flash for long like this. So this guy can simply just, you know, get out of long, and he can pick banana, pick toilets, whatever. You know, you can do a really good regress from those setups basically. Last setup that I want to show you is really passive. It's easy to explain. One is track holding like this, maybe upper dice obviously if he's boosted, right? And one is on sweat and holding left side like this. This is when these will push you to side. It's like when they will do the A executors, you know, you will, let's say, smoke the truck. Depends, you know, like depends. But I feel like this setup is really good. Don't need to be actually in execute, but I feel like this is really passive, so no need to play like passive like this. But sometimes it's needed, obviously. That's all. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something new, obviously. And see you next video. Bye.